I've just been appointed to my first ever televised match, the Deaf FA Cup final. This will be played at the home of English football, broadcast live on TNT Sports and HBO Max, and I'll be working alongside a professional referee in the middle. That's why today I've signed up for an assistant referee masterclass hosted by the Referees Association and PGMO. Throughout the day, I'll complete 5 sessions delivered by current Premier League and Women's Super League officials designed to test and develop the most important skills of an assistant referee. By the end of this video, I'll have been assessed by some of the best officials in the country, learned what separates them from the rest, and discovered whether I'm ready for the biggest appointment of my refereeing journey so far. The first exercise of the day was led by Ian Smedley, a former professional assistant referee of almost 2 decades and now a coach for the PGMO.
Guys, so this is all around the different movements as an assistant referee when compared to refereeing. So what we're going to do first movement, keeping your flag in hand, is literally we're going to run up with the second as if we're looking at the second rearmost defender. So all you're going to do is run with your flag as if you're running with the second rearmost defender. Nice steady pace.
This was all about mastering the basics of movement as an AR, focusing on form rather than speed.
And what I want you to do is run with your flag to the halfway line, and then we're going to turn. Why is it important that we face that way rather than running like that? Why is that better than that?
Because your vision is better.
Your point is perfect. Wider peripheral vision, best you can. What are you going to say, Matt?
It's just also like 10 times easier to change direction when you're side on.
Yeah.
Then we ramped up the speed, which sounded pretty simple on paper to me.
What I really want you to do is when we hit the halfway line, I really want to see that hip come round, but only if you're comfortable to do it. Don't do anything you don't feel comfortable with.
But it wasn't so easy. First, I have the flag in the wrong hand on transition, and then on the second sprint, well...
So halfway, hit round. Yeah. Okay? When you're ready, go.
Oh, hello. I look forward, as I turn to sprint, I look there, not there.
Yeah, exactly.
You looked at the ground by the looks of it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. And then the sky.
Ian picked up on the issue of having our eyes straight ahead and gave some simple feedback on head position when transitioning.
Focus this time on where you're looking. So what you're doing and where you're looking.
After a few more repetitions, things really started to click. And by the end of this drill, I was moving way more naturally and efficiently. So you might be thinking, why is it important to have the flag in a particular hand? Well, as you'll see in law, it says the AR's flag must always be unfurled and visible to the referee. What this usually means is that the flag is carried in the closest hand to the referee. So anytime you're making a run or sidestepping, you want the flag in the hand that is nearest the touchline facing the referee. You're also hearing the term here, second to last defender. Now that might be a little bit confusing because, well, offside is when the attacker is past the last defender. The official terminology is second to last defender because the goalkeeper always counts. This basically means the same thing, we just use different words for it. We then finish the session with a bit of fun.
So less of this predictability and doing it at your own pace. Good, keep with me. I know it's hot, but keep with me. Good. Okay, Eric's in charge this one, he's second remote defender.
Oh, brilliant.
Whatever he does, you copy. You've got to stay with him, he's your second remote defender.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, look at her go! Look at her go! You know, the bit about the unexpected nature of changing direction. Yeah. Your player knows when he or she is going to move, but you don't. You've got to try and follow and see as much as you can.
Cheers, Ian. Thank you.
Mate, top man.
Appreciate it. It was deceptively hard. Absolutely slacked it. Great knee. Look at that. Zoom in on that, mate. War wounds. Oh, referees are soft, they've never played the game. Hard as nails, mate.
Next, we had an exercise led by Neil Davies alongside Matt Sotheby, who officiated in this year's League 2 playoff final. The first drill was simple. 3 different coloured cones, and you moved to the one that was held up in the air. This then progressed into giving an offside signal if a cone was dropped. You'll see that when we're showing our offside decision that all of us are signalling for offside in our right hand. So why do we do that? Well, you'll see in law that it says the first action of the AR for an offside decision is to raise the flag using the right hand. And the reason for this is it gives the AR a better line of vision. And then if the referee stops play, we use the flag to indicate the area of the field in which the offence occurred. So higher up would be far away, in the middle would be in the middle of the pitch, and towards the floor would be on the near side. And due to this being the Deaf FA Cup final, having a line of vision to the referee is going to be paramount, as our signals are not going to be the same as usual.
Generally speaking, if all you had to do was move between the nearest cone, you'd generally go sideways. But as soon as it was going from the orange to the white, a lot more people were moving that way. And that's quite, that's sensible, because you want to get there as quickly as possible. And we know that this is efficient for short, sharp bursts. But if it's a more distant run, then you have to move to turn and go. The idea is, if you practice for something more difficult, then it'll be easy when you go out on a Saturday or a Sunday.
This drill here was all about staying in line with the second to last defender whilst watching for the ball in and out of play, which is an essential role of an assistant referee. And this proved a little harder than expected.
Oh, shit. Lateral the whole way. Yeah, no worries.
The reason that Matt is telling me to move laterally here is because if I turn my body away and run up the line, then I can't see clearly over my left shoulder to judge whether that ball's in and out of play.
Whiskers.
What do we think in terms of movement? How can you reduce the risk of missing that ball going out? Keep looking at it, yeah. Yeah, maybe.
A bit deeper. I would come, backwards off the line.
Or maybe on some pitches you're going to have the ability to do that. Here you do.
Give it everything. Spent more time on the floor today.
Then we moved on to arguably the most important role of an assistant referee, making offside decisions. This session was delivered by Craig Taylor and Steve Meredith, both current Premier League assistants. We were focusing on one of the most difficult scenarios for an assistant referee, the crossover. And this is where a defender and attacker are running in opposite directions when the ball is played.
Oh, we're going to split. I agree, great call. That looked a great call.
After half of the group giving it a go, we had the opportunity to ask Craig some questions.
So do you run at sort of more of an angle, so if you can anticipate there's someone going to be in the way, do you more leaning?
Well, I either lean, or there's other techniques. If you've got enough room, step back.
Yeah.
You broaden that vision then.
Okay.
Or you acknowledge that you're not going to be in line.
First one is very tight, and I'm not in line, which doesn't help. In real time, it looked to me like he was marginally offside. However, on reflection, you can see that he is marginally onside due to the defender's trailing leg. The reason I get this offside decision wrong is because 1, I'm in the wrong position, and 2, I'm experiencing something called the lag effect. Something more on that a little bit later. Decision 2, I'm in a much better position, and this looks like the correct decision.
I'll follow her the whole way. No.
The final drill of the morning was led by Phoebe Horner, who was promoted to the Women's Super League last season. This was the CODA test, which stands for Change of Direction Ability. This assesses the assistant's ability to quickly change direction, which is obviously a critical skill when tracking the offside line. The standard pass time for this is 10 seconds, with elite officials completing the test in under 8.5 seconds. Oh.
That's right, I'll still be under 10, I guarantee.
After struggling to keep my balance, Phoebe offered the group some advice on how to change direction effectively.
Try and get low, so that then you've got a really good base to push into your side step.
I'm sure being on the floor is too low. Another one.
Oh!
Thank you, mate, thank you very much.
We'll start it out.
I feel a lot better about myself now.
Do you need to go and slip in front of everyone again?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, good.
What's that?
The higher you go, the more they want you to stay lateral.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
No, it's
A
not
lot
very
of people,
natural.
I think a lot of people naturally click their heels
Yeah.
together, and that's the,
No,
the
that's,
big no-no, isn't it?
that's a big no-no, yeah. It's going to be in your right hand.
Yeah.
Then you're going to get to there, the side step is going to transition to your left. That's over there. It stays in your left, you can go like that way, and it stays in your left because I'm still running out.
And after channeling my inner goalkeeper, it finally felt like I'd cracked the test. So that's kind of the end of those morning sessions. We've made sure that we've got the flag in the correct hand at all times, especially when transitioning. We've been judging the ball in and out of play whilst also tracking for offsides. And then we've had a real deep dive in how to make offside decisions on crossovers, which is going to be paramount, as obviously this game that I'll be officiating on is going to be a lot quicker than what I'm used to. Following the morning sessions, we headed inside. The afternoon sessions were kicked off by Nick Greenhouse talking about his rise to the top.
When you walk out, you hear that roar for the first time, and you think, God, I'm not Premier League.
This was then followed by the final session of the day from Craig and Eddie. I'll let them do the talking.
What is important to reflect on about decisions? I knew you'd do that. Because you've got something in your mouth.
Yeah. I think the general thing was honesty, being honest with yourself.
The process, how you got there. Lovely. Lovely. The process, how we got there. Anything else?
The outcome, whether it was correct or not.
Lovely. This is sounding very much like the slide that I've just prepared earlier.
After the video, I'm going to bring this slide back up, and it will literally be posing the question, which image do you think it is when the ball is played A through to E? Okay. Eyes open, 3, 2, 1. You're in a game. Right. So, hands up, quick show of hands. Who's for frame A? I've got 1, I've got 2. Come on, here's the herd mentality. Frame B. Oh, C. There's the herd. I knew we'd find the herd eventually. I was for F, personally, but... Right.
Frame
A.
And what you've just been victim to, the large majority of the room, is the flash lag effect. This is when an object is moving at speed and our brain takes time to position, and a slight delay in positioning where we think the stationary or the slower object is. I just want you to have 1 minute on your tables. What would you reflect on if you were the assistant referee?
It looks offside.
It's the ones you want at the other end, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
You don't want them at
The
your
thing
end.
is, it's like the moment he glances, like here, when he glances up, he's obviously ever so slightly ahead of him. So the logic would be, well, he's probably ran past him. Do you know what I mean?
The problem is, as soon as you start looking in two places, you're in a world of bother.
Yeah.
And you can't guess it, can you?
No.
But then the problem with this one, with Craig, right, is that the ball to him is being cleared by the defender, so he's
So of
not
course
in
he's
attacking mode.
yeah.
So that's where it quickly.
True. Now you've mentioned it. You can notice it in his body language. You see how he looks like relaxed. Yeah, because it's been cleared. Yeah, look, he's just like yeah.
But then all of a sudden,
Fantastic.
The day coming to an end, I now feel way more prepared for my first ever televised match. This was a great day, full of learning and meeting great people. And do you want to know how much this all cost? £10. That's right, £10. That is the beauty of being part of the Referees Association. So if you want to experience days like today, please go and join your local Referees Association. I'll leave a link in the description.